So let's talk about Russia invading Ukraine and what you should probably think about doing really soon. People saying we need to get in there and help the Ukrainians, and I hate to say this, but we need to. We made a pact with them, as did France, as did NATO, and the British, saying if you give up your nuclear weapons, we will protect you from Russia. Well, they gave up their nuclear weapons and we're not helping them at all. So, that's just wrong. Our word is mud right now, and unfortunately we might have to get involved. And, Russia's threatening to use nuclear weapons, but we have nuclear weapons too, and I'm not so much concerned about that, but there are other concerns, and I'll get to that in a minute. So we have to worry about cyber warfare. They can come and wipe our money out of our banks. They can turn our power off. They can stop the water from running. So I'm not a financial advisor. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm just a dumb grunt. But if you have some money in your savings account, pull it out and have some cash on hand. If things get bad, you will have money. Or start printing out your bank account and your balances. So when the computers are back up and running, you might be able to recover some of that money. And if nothing happens, you can take your money out of your home safe and put it back into your savings account at the bank. We have a very, very real threat also of what the Iranians can do, and that's probably more of a concern that I have than anything else, because they have the capability to launch a missile up into the sky high and detonate it over our country and causing an EMP, electrical magnetic pulse, as do the North Koreans, as does Russia. But you get some nut jobs like the Iranians, the mullahs, and they just might do it. If that's the case, it'll cause wide blackouts. Not everything's going to be affected. Some cars will run, some won't. Some computers will work, some won't. It's just one of those things. But have some cash on hand. Get some food now. Regardless if there's an EMP, a nuclear war, or any crazy stuff like that, get some extra food. Our prices are getting ready to go up drastically. I'm watching the news, I'm reading things, and they're talking about, inflation is going to continue and we might go into a recession. Well, I don't know who they're kidding. We're already in a recession, and I think we just might hit some hyperinflation. It might be transitory, but things are just going to get insane. We are still to this day buying oil from Russia, and then we're putting sanctions on them, but we're giving them money. So, we'll let the people deal with that stuff. We're going to deal with what we can here and now, and that is what we can control. And that is get some money, have cash on hand, keep your gas tank. If it gets down to 3/4, or if you're at 3/4 of a tank, stop and top it off. Gas in my area went up 20 cents in a 24-hour period. I have not been out today. I have not looked at the gas prices. I don't know if they've gone up yet, but they're going to. You can't look at the stock market and say, oh, well, everything's okay because it went up however many 100 points yesterday. That's just people gambling, and it ain't going to last. So, again, get your food, get your water. This is a very, very real threat. We need to take it very seriously. Things are bad. Have your food, have your cash, have your water. Get what you can. I'm not saying to run out and hoard, but if you can go out and buy a couple weeks worth of food, go do it. Who knows what's happening? Right now in the city of Kyiv, the president of that country, he was offered a ride out by our president. And you know what his response was? I don't need a ride. I need ammunition. They are in the process of handing out weapons to all their citizens that can fight. There's 70 and 80-year-old people that are out there doing that. And just to let people know, I don't know if some of you saw it, some of you didn't, but it friggin' mortified me, man. A Russian tracked vehicle went out of the way and ran over a civilian vehicle. And they got, somehow, it was an elderly man. And I mean, this guy looked like he was in his mid-70s, maybe 80s. He had ducked down, the vehicle got crushed, but they were able to get him out and he lived. That is the ruthlessness of the Russian army and Putin's thugs. So nothing's off the table. Get your shit prepared. This is bad. It's not going to get better anytime soon. God willing, it will. But be prepared. Okay, so I've talked about why we need to get prepared. There's a lot of stuff on the table. A call to action is go to the bank today, get some cash on hand, get some food, and get some water. These are real threats. This isn't just me up here running my pie hole. These are legitimate threats that we all need to take serious. God willing, we're going to come out of this unscathed and peace can be made over there, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. So let's get prepared, be more self-reliant, and pray for the people of Ukraine. Pray that this ends soon. God bless you. God bless our country. God help the people in the Ukraine against the thugs out of Russia and that idiot running that country.